In any robust network, redundancy is key, but more paths can create more problems. That's where spanning tree protocols come in. They prevent chaos and ensure stability. Today, we're breaking down the original STP and its modern successor, Rstp. Let's get started. Part 1. STP, the original loop preventer. Let's start with the spanning tree protocol, or IEEE 802.1d. Its purpose is brilliant and simple. Prevent layer 2 loops in a network with redundant paths. Without it, broadcast packets would circulate endlessly, creating a broadcast storm that cripples the network. STP solves this by creating a loop-free logical topology. It designates one root bridge and then strategically blocks redundant ports, effectively breaking the loop. It's a lifesaver for network stability. The STP port states: blocking, no data, listens to messages. Listening, prepares to forward, learns max. Learning, builds MAC table, doesn't forward. Forwarding, sends and receives data. But STP has a famous downside: speed. When a link fails or the topology changes, STP ports must go through a series of states, from blocking to listening, to learning, and finally to forwarding. This process can take 30 to 50 seconds. That's a long time for modern applications. Voice and video traffic will drop, and users will definitely notice. This slow convergence led to the need for something faster. Why is STP useful? Simple. It prevents network failures. It's the invisible force that makes complex, redundant network design stable and reliable. You never see it working, but you definitely notice if it stopped. Part 2. Rstp, the Rapid Spanning Tree. Rapid Spanning Tree Protocol, or IEEE 802.1w. Think of Rstp as STP 2.0. It has the same core mission, prevent loops, but it's been completely overhauled for speed. Rstp port states: discarding, replaces blocking listening, no data forwarded or learned. Learning, builds MAC table. Forwarding, sends and receives data. The real magic is a new handshake mechanism. Instead of waiting on timers, Rstp switches actively negotiate with their neighbors using proposal and agreement messages. This allows them to bypass the listening and learning states and transition to forwarding almost instantly, often in under 1 second. His is a game changer. Where STP took up to a minute, Rstp converges in the blink of an eye. For today's real-time applications, that difference is everything. Part 3. Why they are useful and key differences. Number 1. Convergence. STP takes 30 to 50 seconds and Rstp less than 1 second. Rstp minimizes network downtime during failures. Number 2. Port states. STP 4 states and Rstp 3 states. Rstp simplifies operation and speeds up recovery. So, why are they useful? In a word, redundancy. They allow you to build networks with backup links without fear of loops. You get resilience without the risk. STP is the foundational protocol. It's useful for basic stability and is supported on virtually every switch ever made. Rstp is the modern standard. It's useful for any network that requires high availability and fast failover, which is pretty much every network built today. Did you find this breakdown helpful? If you're studying for a certification like the CCNA or just leveling up your IT knowledge, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe channel to get more tutorials. Thanks for watching.